Welcome back, everyone, to Talking It Out with Bachelor Nation. We have a very special episode once again. We have Olumide from Michelle's season here to talk all things Bachelorette. And, you know, we just want to know about his journey. Obviously, we saw him go home last week, but I heard he goes off, Mike, on Men Tell All. So I cannot wait to talk to him about that. Get a little tease in there, but you know how we do it. We got to first talk about our hot takes. So I'm going to kick it over to you so you can start things off.
Well, kick it over to me. I appreciate it. But first and foremost, it's King Olu.
King Olu.
King Olu. Yes.
King Olu. Swolu.
I like that name for him.
He flexed on him a couple times during the season.
Hell, could you blame him? I would do the same thing.
Nah. He put in the work.
Every single person listening needs to know. If and when I get Olu's body, my shirt, what is a shirt? I'm not wearing a shirt. Say what you want to say about me. I put in the damn work for it. But anyway, to the hot takes, man. So I want to talk about Nate's conversation with his stepfather. I believe his name is Charles, right? They're not, Charles is no longer married to his mother, but he was a wonderful man. And from what we saw yesterday, from what we saw this past episode, and that was weird. It was the first time that they've said, I love you to each other. And he's been in Nate's life since I believe he was 13 years old, about 13, 14 years. And it's still almost a stigma. It's still a taboo topic for men to say, I love you, to show affection to another man, whether that be a father figure, a father, a family friend, you, Bryan, my friend. And I just thought that was a really amazing moment that they shared. Even though it was supposed to be for Michelle and Nate to meet the family, that side piece that took place was just magical. And I think that all men should be able to be open with how they feel.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it honestly has a lot to do maybe with the upbringing, the situation, you know, how the stepdad came into the picture and whatnot. But I totally agree with you, man. Like, one thing that I got to give credit to this show is that we've all talked about it. In that bubble, you become this like vulnerable, like super vulnerable person, right? Like, it brings out all the feelings. Yeah. And I'm just so happy that who knows if that moment ever happens if it wasn't for the Bachelorette. You know what I'm saying? Even Nate said, it's like, look at you, Michelle, like bringing family together.
Yeah.
And it was just such a beautiful moment. Like, I got emotional. Shit. I was like, damn, man, it's like, it's a beautiful moment. And it's at the same time, it's like, why didn't this happen sooner? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell there's love. They care about each other. They just were never able to open up.
Well, that's what Nate said. He said, I don't even know why we haven't had this conversation yet.
Yeah. So
he was curious himself.
Yeah, and it took this show to bring that out of them, and I'm just happy for Nate. Like, regardless of what happens moving forward, whether he's with Michelle or not, like, don't you think that their relationship is going to be so much better, and they're going to be able to open up a little bit more, you know, in real life?
Absolutely. The way when Nate said, and Nate, you know, he broke down.
Yeah,
he was like, I haven't told you this, but you're the man. That was dope. I want my kid to tell me this one day. He was like, I want to emulate my life after you. Like, I want to be the type of father that you were. And
he comes back and says, you're going to be better. Oh,
yes.
Oh, that was emotional, bro. That was emotional. I mean, I don't know how I don't know how the dad kept it together. I don't know how Nate kept it all the way together there. I mean, obviously he showed emotion later, but yeah, man, that was a beautiful moment. And I mean, you know, that's so important, man. Like, us as men, we got to just be able to express that emotion, man, because life is short. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if what 2020 and 2021 has taught us, you know what I'm saying, is that life is short. You never know what can happen. You could be here one day, gone tomorrow. So it's like, don't regret anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love somebody and you care for somebody, like, let them know.
A sidebar about life is short. My mom taught me this from some things that took place in our family's history. No matter, when you get extremely mad at somebody, you know, that you love and care about, you never know what's going to happen when you walk out the door. So 2 things. 1, make sure you have your keys. Don't be walking out the door all mad and you got to walk back in the house and you ain't got your keys. Embarrassing. But just say you love them and walk the hell out. And I love you, and leave the situation. And But I was on a funny aspect from just men speaking. My homeboys and I, we started saying "I love you" to each other when we have our little chats or whatnot, and they've gotten on me a lot. And I don't know if you do this, bro.
Bro, I got a story about that. Go ahead.
Like when a man say "I love you" to another man, you can't just say "I love you." It has to be something afterwards, like
bruh, like love you, bro.
Oh, I love you, bro. Hey, I love you, homie. Hey, I love you. Hey, you want to go play basketball right quick? Like it has to be followed up with something. Like you can't.
They might be looking at you a certain way.
You can't go 3 seconds and just be silent. I love you. It just doesn't happen.
Bro, it's funny. I mean, I feel like I've told this story a couple times already. People have heard it, but for those of you who don't know, like, yes, you come off this show, like we talked about, Nate, all these guys, they're opening up more than ever before. Like I remember, they would put us to talk with each other and like express our emotions. And then when I got home, I would talk to my boys in the same way. Like I was in Bachelorette mode. So I'd be like, bro, man, how you feeling? Like, what's going on with your life? Like I would just ask like very deep questions. Bro, that is exactly the response I got. They're like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? Like, why are you so sensitive? Or why are you acting all funny? I was like, bro, I just want to know how you are, man. I love you, bro. I care about you. You're my boy. Like, I want to know, how's your family? How are you doing mentally? You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it goes, man.
I think the type of man that I am, because all men, we are all beautiful the way that we communicate, right? Except if you're a bad communicator. But the way me and my homies do it is via action, right? Like we do our check-ins with each other. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I heard this was going on with the wife, or I heard this was going on with your children, or whatever the case may be with my homies. That's how we show our love. We say it every now and then, but it's more action-based. And we also, we praise each other. Hey, King, good job for doing that.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. So just want to give an ode to Nate, and for him having that conversation. For anyone listening, tell someone you love them today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy for all those guys, man. I think her top four, Michelle's top four, I mean, they've mentioned it multiple times. I think they're all great dudes. I think Joe was also, he's the quiet one, right? But I feel like he opened up more so than ever.
Joe's dad is the quiet one. Did you?
Yeah, that conversation.
Probably
the most awkward of the night. Not gonna lie. Yes. That was a little awkward. It was like, you good? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, okay. That conversation was so awkward. Like completely awkward. His dad, and then the cameraman just stood there. It's like y'all gonna change scenes? Like, come on.
It's like crickets.
Yeah. So I'm blaming Joe's dad. Joe's dad, I love you, bro. Nothing, of course, against you. But the apple don't fall from the tree.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I think that he's probably the one that has held back the most. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, every little step counts. If this pushed him forward to be able to express those emotions, because he's definitely done it with Michelle. I mean, if that can open him up to doing that more with his family, then I love that for him and their relationship.
Yes, because remember, Joe's mother said to Michelle, he hasn't even spoke to me about that in regards to his basketball injury and how that really affected him. And so, whatever takes place, with Michelle's journey and Joe, like you said, hopefully we'll see that's a continuation, and Joe will know that, hey, it's okay to be open to somebody, and it actually brings you even closer to that person.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, man. Like we kind of noticed two sides of the spectrum, right? Like I feel like Brandon and Rodney, they're a little bit more open with their families. And then we have like Joe and then Nate, who's never really communicated in that way. Like, how was it with you, and talking to your moms about, the women that's been in your life? And speaking of hometowns, have you brought a woman home to meet the family? Like, tell me some stories, man. And I'll talk about a little bit about what I went through in my hometown.
Oh, man. So I'm 33. I remember before going to the military, I was 20 years old, right? Before going in, my mom said, please don't bring no girls home no more unless you see yourself marrying them. Because I had brought like 3 girls home, like 2 girlfriends I had. The girl I went to prom with, my mom said, was like, yo, you got to come to church if you want to go to prom with my son. Things of that nature. Then I guess we didn't last. It lasted like 3 months or less. And so my mom was like, yo, Mike, it's annoying that I'm getting attached to these girls and y'all don't work out. And she was like, don't bring nobody else home until you see yourself to be like, you can really be with them. Right. And I took that to heart. Like everyone knows I grew up, my 3 ladies, my mom, my sister, my grandma. So I took it to heart. And I brought one woman home. It's been, I'll be 34 in December. I brought one woman home since I was 20 years old.
One woman home since 20.
And that's the only one I've ever loved.
Okay.
And that shit went horrible.
Oh, God, we gotta hear this. We gotta hear this. Like what happened? So you brought her home.
I brought her home. She met my dad's side of the family. She met my mom's side of the family. When we go meet my dad's side of the family, it was like, I was like, yo, this is what's up, bro. This is it. She over here on my dad's side of the family, we like to have a lot of fun. She over here twerking with my aunts, having a great time.
She was comfortable. She was comfortable.
Well, that's how the family is. Like she was resembling, right? She was doing like, she didn't want to like be awkward or whatever and be in the corner. But then that does not happen on my mom's side of the family whatsoever, right?
A little bit more serious.
Yeah, it went way more serious, right? And so, my ex at the time knew how important the relationship is between my mother and I. And like, I want whoever I marry in the future to be a really good friends with my younger sister, my grandmother, and my mom. And my mom was so disrespectful to this girl. And it was because, and you can hear undertones of it from when you watch Hometowns on the show. A lot of the parents are intelligent and they say things like, I don't want you to break my son or daughter's heart, nor do I want your heart to get broken. And mind you, this is my first woman I had ever brought home and the only one I've ever brought home that I've actually loved, because I've only loved one woman. And my mom just didn't like her from Jump Street. She just smelt her and didn't like her. And it was because my mom felt that she was going to break my heart. Right. And
don't break my baby's heart.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a part of life though. I did get my heart broken. So mom was right. But
Mama knows best, man.
It wasn't like it was on some, she didn't break my heart like on something stupid.
Yeah.
It was just a part of life. And so it didn't go well at all. But I will say at that very moment, I was no longer a mama's boy. Because what I did was I told my mom about herself.
Okay.
I was like, yo, you will never do this again. I told her about herself. I took up from my ex at the time. I told my mom about herself. I said, I love you to death, but this not what we're gonna do. The way you raised me is respect the woman that I'm with and defend her. And even if that comes to you, I'm gonna have to defend her against you because you're not gonna be disrespectful like this way. But I also told my ex, just because I did that, I'm gonna put, hell no, you won't disrespect my mom either.
Correct. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. So I grew a whole lot in that encounter and in that exchange. I'm glad that it happened because I know now how to have those difficult conversations.
So first of all, how did your mom react to you saying that to her? And then I got a follow-up question after that.
To be transparent, my mom we had an extremely tumultuous relationship for years. But
she respected it.
Yeah,
she understood it.
She's extremely respectful of me as I'm extremely respectful of her. And we love each other to death. I mean, every time I'm gonna take her on a date, tell her about my life. I can't wait to bring home a woman to my mom, because one thing my sister says, she's like, Mike doesn't bring home women often, but if he does, serious. I don't even gotta like interrogate you because Mike's gonna do he's done all the work already. In which I definitely appreciate.
They trust you.
Yeah, they trust my judgment. That's all.
Yeah. So follow-up question, man. We all know you didn't make it to Hometowns on your season. But what would that have looked like if you would have brought Hannah Brown home? What would that have looked like? How would that have gone?
Is this on?
T alert. T alert.
Isn't this our podcast? Well, I feel like I'm being interviewed right now.
Hey, man, I'm going to talk about my hometown with Rachel back and forth. You can ask me whatever you want.
Let me see if I can say something quick and succinct. My grandma would have wanted to know her aspirations, if she's educated or if she's, educated not in academia, but just educated in the world. If she has a head on her shoulders, intelligent. And if she felt that if my grandmother felt So for tabloids, if my grandmother felt that she was not intelligent, she wouldn't have liked her. My sister would have been like, I'm gonna kick your ass if you break my brother's heart. And my mom would have been the sweetest thing ever.
So wait, your sister would have said that straight up on camera?
Nah, she would have said it when the camera wasn't looking.
Okay,
On camera, my sister would have been like, yo, my brother doesn't bring nobody home. Like 0%. He ain't gonna do this for no TV or nothing like that. And so please don't hurt him. That's how she would have said. And then she would have probably wanted to have some fun and do what, I don't know. She probably would have wanted to make a TikTok and go dance with her mom.
bro, that's funny. That's funny you say that because my mom did say it on camera. My mom basically said, if you hurt my son, I kill you.
I kill you.
I kill you. But you got to understand, like, everybody that's not Latin took that like, oh my God, Rachel, run. You know what I'm saying? Like, run as far as you can from this woman. But like, when you say it in Spanish, like, let's say she told my dad to go to the supermarket and get some bread or whatever, and he forgot, ay, te mato. Like, it literally means I'll kill you in Spanish, but it's kind of like, not really. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a saying.
It's just a saying, and it sounds a lot softer in Spanish because it's like said so often, like between family members. And, you know, a certain aspect of America took that the wrong way. And then I get DMs, Latin women saying, oh, we say that all the time. Like that's all day, every day in our family. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it just depends on how, you know, what you're exposed to and whatnot. But,
you know, that's so real. Like everything we've talked about in terms of our hot takes when it comes to men being emotional, I think a part of that is cultural.
Yeah.
You know, so and like I've gotten shunned on Instagram because some women feel that I'm too emotional, right? When other women feel like, hey, he's just speaking how he feels. Stop, don't come at him like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let him be. And so I think it genuinely has a part to do with cultural and geographical.
Yeah.
As well. And third being your upbringing and what you've been exposed to. But that comes to a lot of things.
And that's tough. I mean, because it's like on one end of the spectrum, you're being too emotional. And then, you know, how many times do women get on certain men because they're not opening up enough? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a thin line. You know what I'm saying? You gotta navigate. But
I feel like just be yourself and get to know your partner.
That's you, bro. Like that's the way, like you said, cultural. That's the way you grew up. You know, that's how you interacted with your family. Just be you. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can be.
When we just had Thanksgiving. Shout out to everybody. You know, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
I was with my three ladies for Thanksgiving, and when I'm there, I'm just quiet.
They do all the talking.
I just know that if we get into any type of debate, I'm gonna be wrong because they're gonna jump on me.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
From my upbringing, I just know, I'm around women. I'm just gonna shut up because I'm gonna be wrong no matter what. Yes, ma'am. You're right. My bad. Like literally, that's my upbringing. It's just, Mike, you're wrong. I don't want to hear your shit. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So Bryan, enough about me talking about my hometowns and what would have happened. You did get a hometown. Your mom talking about she gonna kill Rachel.
Well, what's crazy, of course, that Bachelorette edit, you know what I'm saying? Like they actually started laughing after the fact. Like Rachel didn't take it seriously at all, and my mom started laughing too. But of course, they cut it off right. You know, the preview to the next episode was like right when she said, "I kill you." So of course, it sounded all dramatic. But you know, they've gotten to know each other, and what's crazy is that they're so much alike. Like they're both firecrackers. They both speak their mind, and like I'm more like my dad. Like I'm more chill, reserved, and it's like
that's me.
Yeah, so you know, it was just really, really cool to see that dynamic and how it's grown till today. But I mean, speaking on both ends, I mean, when she came to my hometown, she was so nervous, man. Like we were about to turn the corner to walk in the house, and like she was visibly shaken. You know, I think we both knew that we were really into each other. So this was like a big moment. You know, my previous serious ex-girlfriend hadn't gotten along with my mom. So, you know, she wanted to show out, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to put on a good impression, and she certainly did that. You know what I mean? She won them over that night. And, you know, like all the parents that we saw in the previous episode on Michelle's season, everybody was surprised that their son was, you know, at this level with this woman in such a short amount of time. Because, you know, bro, like our parents are old school. They're like, what, you know, a couple months and y'all already like thinking about getting engaged? Like, come on now.
That's what my dad was saying.
It's like, I don't buy this. I don't buy this. But yeah, so I was a lot more chill in my hometown. Now going to her hometown, it was nerve wracking to say the least. You know what I'm saying? I was meeting the judge. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that is it was a little different dynamic because as you saw in this episode, like the guys didn't interact with each other. Like once they went to hometowns, like they were all separated. You know what I'm saying? But I actually got to see Eric and Peter come back and tell me about their hometowns. You know what I'm saying? So like I got two different ends of the spectrum where it's like, you know, Peter came back saying, oof, you know, he was really intimidating. Like we didn't really talk that much. And then Eric was like, yeah, you know, we got to know each other a little bit. And towards the end, like we bonded and, you know, we understood each other. So it's like, which judge am I going to get? You know what I mean? So I was like super nervous. I was like, so I don't want to be intimidated. So I got to look him in the eye. You know what I'm saying? I was like coaching myself, like look him in the eye, like be honest, like tell him how you feel about his daughter. And I was exactly that. He ended up saying that I talked a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was just because I was nervous, but you know, I was just really feeling.
Wait, he told you that to your face?
No, he told Rachel, and she told me after the fact because she asked him. Of course, she's like, "What'd you think of all the guys?" And I'm not going to put out there what she thought of the other two.
I'm not going to ask.
But he's like, "I like Bryan. He did talk a lot, but I liked him." You know what I'm saying? So that was like that was my feedback.
Bro, that's just a premonition. You got to talk it out. That's all.
Yeah. No, but it was a great conversation. I mean, not gonna lie, he was intimidated. He came in a full suit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on camera because he didn't want to be on camera. So we talked off camera, right?
I like him.
Yeah, he was on. He was like, no. I don't want to be a part of this mess. It's like I want to talk to you behind the scenes.
In a suit,
decked out. I mean, that's how he goes to work. He's always tailor made, bro. Like he's always dressed sharp.
That would have made if let's say I met Hannah Brown's parents and her dad was like, I'm not going to meet you on camera, but I will meet you. She would have gained 100 points in my book.
Okay. Yeah, no, I respect him so much. I love him. Shout out to Judge Lindsay.
The level of respect. Yeah.
To be honest, the toughest person during that day was her sister.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Constance she was on me, boy. Like she would ask me a question, I'd like answer it, and she's like, but I don't get it. Like, why? How do you know? And I was like, I just told you. Like, what more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? But whatever. Obviously, you know, we hashed it out, and you know, we love each other now. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just good to reminisce. Absolutely, and it's just good to reminisce and look back how those types of relationships start, man, and you know how they progress and where they are now. So,
oh, bro, we're gonna have a talk because I had a conversation with my therapist. And she almost broke down because of something I said to her.
Wait, the therapist broke down? That was the other way around.
For something I told my therapist, yeah. But we're gonna have to have that a different conversation for a different day, based on what you just said. But somebody that I really wanted to see a hometown was King Olu.
Swolu, man.
King Swolu, King Olu. I want to know about what his hometowns would have been like. So let's bring him in.
Let's do it.
Look, Bryan, I've been traveling so much lately with Thanksgiving, with your event coming up for your grand opening. By the way, congrats. Just flying all over the place.
Wait, you're coming?
So, man. We don't know about that. We don't know, man.
I don't know. I just thought you got me excited there. You got me excited.
I threw it in. I will see what happens. But if I am able to come, bruh, just sitting down, waiting for my plane could take so long. Like, I just be so bored. I don't even know what to do.
Mike, that's why we're excited to tell you about Switchcraft. It's a brand new take on Match 3 games. As you play, you unlock pieces of a beautiful, magical, and gripping graphic novel.
Switchcraft has unique blends of TV-worthy writing, choose your own adventure-style narrative, which I absolutely love, and thousands of magical Match 3 levels.
Mike, one thing I really like about this game is that the characters in it are diverse. The story has over 85 characters from a variety of cultural backgrounds. There are even LGBTQ plus characters and differently abled characters.
I really love that, bro. And plus, there's literally thousands of levels to play, so you're never going to get bored. Every time I check it out, I see something new and I never noticed before.
In Switchcraft, you take on the role of a witch at Pendle Hill, the world's top academy of witchcraft. Play your way through hundreds of enchanting match 3 levels, revealing a dark and winding mystery.
It all starts with the disappearance of your best friend. Now it's up to you to unravel the mystery of her disappearance using your magical match 3 skills. Download Switchcraft for free and unlock the magical mystery.
Swolu! What is going on, bro? Biggest muscles on the season in the house.
Yes, Bryan, you lost it. Olu's beating you. Olu looks better in the shirts right now, bro.
Hey, I'll give him all the credit, man. All the credit in the world. We saw you, Olu, flexing on them during the season.
Hey, I had to. I had to do anything I can to stand out. So, hey, it worked.
Absolutely. You gonna stand out just by being the person that you are, bro. Like, you were the sound one in the house from the get-go anyway. But I mean, it don't help to have, I told Bryan this before you came on. If I had your body, my shirt will never be on. I don't care who hears it. Call me what you want to call me. I work hard for it.
Hey, appreciate that.
Now, what's been up, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. It's been a long day, but I'm happy to end the evening with you guys and just talk about, I guess, my journey and everything.
So, Olu, on every episode we have a hot take session, right? And on today, Bryan and I were going back and forth about hometowns and how that I didn't get to go. I didn't have a hometown with Hannah Brown, but I really wanted to see your hometown. So yeah. I just want to know, let the listeners know, how would that have gone?
Oh yeah, my hometowns, like, per se, like that would have been a movie, literally. So I grew up in Paterson, New Jersey, and I was born in Paterson, New Jersey, then grew up in Woodland Park, a town next over. And, just growing up, I was a basketball head. I was a quiet kid, but, I was one of those I was friends with everyone. I had the good friends, the bad friends. I was friends with the nerds too. So, I was a well-rounded kid. And, moving forward, hometowns. My hometowns, definitely would have been one of the funniest hometowns in the sense of Michelle meeting my family. Who
would have been there?
Oh man, it would have been my sisters. I would have had five of my sisters. I have 4 sisters and then my stepsister. So altogether 5. So I would have had them, my father, my mother, who was actually living in Atlanta, Georgia. My parents are divorced. So honestly, I would have had the whole gang, everyone, as much as possible. My aunties, uncles,
the extended family would have been there. Okay.
They would have had a barbecue. They would have had everybody else.
Man, trust me, because Michelle, my family will definitely have to feel out Michelle and see, if she's the right woman for me. My family, they're very, very protective of me. So, that's exactly how it would have gone. For sure.
Olu, have you brought any woman home before? And if so, how does your parents and sisters take that?
Oh man. So I think I've been in 4 different relationships. Okay. And the only woman I brought to my parents was my very first girlfriend. That's my high school first love. My father sees that as puppy love. Yeah. And everyone else after, I didn't really I didn't bring them to my parents. I just felt like I needed to see more in order to, introduce them to my parents.
Oh, Lord, you about to get a text. Somebody will be mad at you. Olu, I needed to see more.
Olu, there was obviously a big moment on the season when you had a really emotional talk, man. I mean, we commended you so much on that episode when you talked to Michelle, you talking about your sisters, how they weren't seen, growing up, and how you had their back the entire time and you supported Michelle in that situation. Like, how do you think Michelle would have bonded with them, having that similar experience?
Oh, I definitely feel like my sisters and Michelle, they would have had like a very strong connection. Due to the fact that they have similar upbringing. The high school I went to was the all-white high school. So, and then my sisters, they all played basketball as well. So, they got a lot of similarities. But yeah, it just seems like unfortunately, Michelle, she didn't get a chance to understand me as a person, understand my story, understand my upbringing, and due to the short amount of time, that wasn't able to happen. But I feel like overall, my family and Michelle's family definitely would have gelled well.
Olu, talking about on the show, you didn't get to show the side of you, your upbringing, things of that nature. But we heard you on our sister station, Bachelor Happy Hour. You had talked about the teddy bear date, and bro, you were so open, honest, emotional, and it was just powerful to see you. You break down and cry like that. Talk about in your upbringing, because a part of our hot take that we had earlier today was about men and vulnerability, right? And men telling another man, "I love you, bro." I can't even say it right now. I love you.
Gotta follow up with the bro.
You got to. What about your upbringing helps you be so open emotionally?
Honestly, I have to salute my father, for me being open. My father, since I was born, my father, he had, shown me a lot of love, including my mother as well. Communication has always been a big thing. And funny enough, in the Nigerian culture, showing emotions is not really common, But unfortunately, I have, not unfortunately, but luckily I have a great family who are open, and they just express, they really get on me with communication, and just showing emotion and just expressing how I feel, I haven't always been the most expressive guy growing up, but over time, this is something I've really worked on.
Olu, I like how you kind of touched on, we didn't get to see or hear you speak about your upbringing, but we also were able to see and hear you talk about the teddy bear date on Bachelor Happy Hour. And I just got to commend you, Bryan and I both do, for how open and emotional that you were when you broke down. Can you talk about an experience, or shall I say the experience that took place in your life when you were younger that changed your life in terms of being open to being able to have those conversations?
Yeah. So funny enough, me being open as a man, showing emotion, that's something I struggled with throughout my childhood. And, despite me having loving parents and them expressing emotion, it was just something that was just very hard to let out. I'm a man of action, so I'm just used to showing my love and affection through action. And I think that one-on-one time with Michelle, that was really a breakthrough moment for me in my life. I haven't really bawled out and cried to a woman ever, like in my life, like that.
Not even your, as your dad would say, puppy dog face.
Oh man, not at all. Like my dad used to call me cold-hearted because something, maybe I did something when I was younger, I did something bad, and then he'll just call me out on it, and I just I showed no remorse, no sense of guilt or feeling sorry. So like I said, me showing emotions, that's something like I had to work on. And I think it was at the point when I reached college, that's when I started to learn myself as a person and, learn to open up. So, that one-on-one time with Michelle, that was just, kind of, it touched my heart because, me understanding her struggles and understanding, where I come from, how I was raised, how my sisters was raised, it was just an immediate connection. It just it just made me bawl out and cry because I understand exactly how she feels.
Talk about that, man. Like how was it like growing up with your sisters? Like being the only guy?
Yeah. So yeah, me being the only guy and growing up with a bunch of sisters is just, you have to be really attentive. So, I explained, I mentioned that, I wasn't really, I didn't show emotions growing up, but for some reason, like when it came to my sisters, like, we always had that strong connection, that bond. So, growing up, my sisters didn't feel the most beautiful, in the school, I think my high school was probably like 5-10% Black, and then majority was Hispanic and then white. So like, the African-American students in the school, they weren't really looked at as, I guess, that hot type of person, like, in the high school. So, my sisters, it's always every morning, I wake up, they always ask me, oh, how do I look? How does my hair look? Do you think I look cute? From time to time, they'll talk to me about this boy that they just met at the school, and that they don't feel confident enough to approach them, this and that, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot.
Did they bring a lot of like boyfriends home? Were you that protective older brother, when they brought somebody home?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So boyfriends, when it comes to boyfriends, I don't even think my sister didn't have her first boyfriend till maybe college. So, and I always told her, like, look, like these men out here, there's certain men out here that are, they're no-no. So like, I'm gonna have to do, a background check on them. So they're kind of scared to bring men around me, even up to this day. But
dude, I can understand why.
I mean, have you seen it, bruh? Of course they are.
Hey, I mean, I want them to find, the right type of guy,
Oh, talking about that, man, I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
So I have a sister in my household, and I remember some of my other friends in high school would have sisters as well. And there's like, for me, there was a certain, I always looked at what position are you when it comes to your sisters?
Yeah. So I have 2 younger, 2 older.
Okay. Oh wow. So
Right
you're
in the
right
middle.
in the middle.
I'm right there middle.
What is that dynamic like when it comes to how you carry yourself and the women that you bring home, the women that you date, how you date?
Yeah. So when it comes to dating, I'm very, very picky, when it comes to dating,
Homie, we say selective because picky has a negative connotation, but selective, you're gonna be married to one woman, bro. So you being selective for your lady.
So I'm selective. I'm the type of guy, I like to take it easy. I don't like to rush things or anything. So funny enough, like with my sisters, they mentioned that they want a guy with similar qualities to me, and then it's like vice versa with me, for some reason. So, a woman that's funny and just attentive and, just very spontaneous, which is how I am. Those are like the qualities of a woman I look for.
So you were mentioning that, like you're that protective brother, you know what I'm saying? Like when the tables are turned and you, let's say, bring somebody home or you're dating somebody and your sisters meet them, are they very opinionated? Do they tell you what's up or?
Oh yeah, for sure. So, yeah, there's, me and my sisters, we're very, very open and very opinionated. We don't hold back. When we don't like something, we just say it how it is. And
that's that Patterson.
Yeah. That's a promise.
I love it, man. So Olu, I want to get to know you because as an audience, we didn't get too deep into it, right? We wanted to though. What's been like your biggest struggle when it comes to dating and in relationships thus far?
Yeah. Honestly, I'll say my biggest struggle is I don't know if it's a struggle, but
Yeah, it might not be.
every relationship I've had, I feel like I've always been the one to give more, give my all. And I felt like I've been in situations where like I've been taken advantage of, when you give a lot, this is from my experience, like just giving a lot to women and then they just continue to raise expectations and demands and this. And it's just like, and them not showing like a sense of appreciation. Like this is like stuff that I've dealt with in my past, so just me giving too much of myself, it just ended up biting me in the ass.
What about you? What are some things that you've struggled with yourself in regards to having that everlasting relationship?
Yeah. I'll say I'm a very attentive type of guy, but I'm also focused. Okay. I'm focused on myself. I feel like I'm not at a place where I need to be yet, and some women may say that I'm selfish, for just focusing on myself. But at times, I've been in relationships where I try to balance and show that I care and and have that love for them. So I think like the best thing is to show that I'm able to prioritize my time in a sense. Yeah.
How do you think the show prepared you to basically be okay with yourself, giving all of yourself to women in your relationships?
Yeah. Yeah, this show was definitely a great challenge. I'm in front of millions of viewers out there in the world, and just having to be vulnerable and give so much of myself. I think this show definitely it showed me a lot. It taught me patience. I'm on the show. I'm with 30 guys, and I have to wait for my time. And I could have easily exploded, interrupted other people's one-on-ones, but patience is a virtue, and that's something that I took from my time there, and not rushing.
Hitting on that, talking about patience and not rushing, and being with 30 other guys in the house. Men Tell All just happened. Can you give us a little tease of what took place on that?
We heard you go off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Men's Tell All, man. That was like World War III, literally.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Get your popcorn ready.
For sure. All I gotta say is everyone better be prepared, like literally. It's good versus evil, literally. Like this Men's Tell All, seriously.
Question, man. Michelle, I distinctly remember this when she let you go, the conversation you had right when you walked out the door. She said that you were one of the most sincere people that she's ever met. Like, how did that make you feel, man?
Yeah, it meant a lot. I've always felt since the day I laid eyes on Michelle that, she saw me. She's always, I was like one of those guys that, I struck an interest, and which is why I survived every rose ceremony. There was something there about me. that just struck her interest, and she just wanted to know more. And you know, her saying those words to me, obviously it meant a lot, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I just wish that, you know, my journey could have, you know, continued. Maybe I would have had a shot, you know, if I made it to hometowns.
Talk to me about your headspace, like in that time. You know, you obviously didn't get a one-on-one. You were down to like the last 6 guys. You were the only one that didn't get a one-on-one. Like, how did you, like, did you kind of see like your days were numbered? Did you still have confidence? Do you think you could still, you know, make a move? What were you thinking at that point?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm a very positive type of guy. You know, I don't, you know, obviously, I can accept reality of things, but yeah, I was the only guy who didn't receive a one-on-one. But you know, I knew at the same time, like, as long as I just, you know, have my head straight and just continue to do what I do, maybe I have a shot, you know. But something deep down inside told me that my days were somewhat numbered, in the sense of, you know, we were approaching hometowns. You know, I knew hometowns was around the corner. I knew other guys, you know, had a stronger connection, and just the odds of me, you know, moving forward, that, you know, it was very slim.
Yeah. Talk about hometowns, man. I want to go back to that. And, well, no, I want to touch base on exactly what you just said. I don't know about for you, Bryan, because you did get the first impression rose. You ended up with Rachel. Y'all are happily in love. But for Olu, me and you, Bryan, he's one of the, you know, he got the golden apple, shall I say, right, from Michelle's season, the golden apple. Did you feel as if, was it you and all the other fellas like kind of knew like where Michelle's likeness was at the most, or do you feel like you had an equal shot as everybody else?
I feel like I had an equal shot as everyone else, in a sense. Yeah.
I didn't feel that way. I felt like I kind of knew Michelle. Not Michelle. Hannah definitely liked the guy that she chose.
Okay.
I mean, like as a collective, I mean, in the house, usually, you know, guys talk like, you kind of say, okay, like she really likes these 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the like conversation that went on in the house, or were you all, or like
just with yourself,
keeping it to yourself, or?
Yes. So yeah, combos in the house definitely went on. You know, I think Nate received the first impression rose. So, you know, Nate's the tall guy, he stands out. So, you know, Michelle walks straight to him and hands him the rose. So in the back of my head, it was like, okay, I kind of see her type, you know. And then it's yeah, Chris Brown lookalike. And you see Joe, you know, a Minnesota native, also a former basketball player, you know. Boom. That's another one right there. So you know, but I mean, despite all that, I always felt like I had an equal shot. You know, unfortunately, you know, Michelle didn't get to know a lot about me. Like me, I'm a former basketball player. You know, I played at Rutgers University.
What?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I played Rutgers basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
It's a D1 school there,
Shout
baby.
out,
Hell
boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
What position? What position?
You feel me?
I played the 2 and the 3.
Okay. Okay.
Don't we talk too much shit now? You know I'm about to Google you, right? I'm about to see them stats right quick.
I could already tell he was throwing some bows down low. Like he was moving some furniture down there.
Oh yeah.
Google me. You know, I also, you know, I have my bachelor's and master's in public administration as well. So you know, I feel like I'm a man who has the whole package, you know.
Ladies,
you know,
take notice.
So but yeah, that whole environment, I always felt like you know, I had equal opportunity as every man.
Olu, since you just said it, I can speak to it now. Obviously, every time I open up my Twitter, King Olu. Every time I open up my Twitter, I see a shirt, you without a shirt on.
Olu for Bachelor. You see that
Olu
too.
for Bachelor, and I'm not hating, right? I love it because I told you if I had your body, it would be off as well. So I'm not hating. It's all love. Believe that, all love, right? And so I know you getting hit up. So I gotta know before we let you go, like, what's next for you? What do you desire next in your life? What's happening?
Yeah. So right now, you know, I'm working on my fitness business,
Nice.
00 Fitness, and
I like that.
I might have to trademark Swolu. I might have to.
Bro, you better get on it.
From
You better get on it
business
now.
guy, you might want to do it tonight, especially because you just said that.
Yeah.
Do it tonight.
Before this
Man.
comes out, before Thursday,
yeah.
you better put that in trademark.
Because I might do
man.
it.
ABC's about to get on it right now.
Question, man. Oh, go ahead. Continue.
But just 00 Fitness, working on my brand. You know, and me as a model, just really putting my face out there. You know, I feel like I've been slept on in the industry, and no more. You know, it's time for me to shine and flourish.
Man said no more.
Show
Say
out,
it with your
baby.
chest, boy. No more.
No more.
I have a question, man. Like, taking it back to your last day on the show, what compelled you to go to Michelle and talk about this dude Martin? Right? Like you went up to her and you were like, "Listen, he's no good." You know, you basically expressed yourself. You know, I'll be honest. A lot of times when guys talk about other guys to the Bachelorette, usually they go home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what compelled you? Like, you obviously saw something in him that you didn't want to see with Michelle, or you were protecting her feelings. Like, talk about that a little bit, and what compelled you to tell her about him?
Yeah. So Martin, like, honestly, I don't have really anything negative to say about him. Great guy, but I think it was just like his ideologies, like his views. Like, for example, when Michelle came down during the cocktail party, she mentioned that she had felt unseen, and then Martin, during our bro talk, Martin was like, don't you guys feel like it's immature that she hasn't dealt with her past traumas? And this is, her past traumas about her being a Black woman, growing up and, not seen.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well, he did. And apparently he said it twice. So, that was just something that I heard. And, I'm like, in my head, this guy can't go to hometowns.
I'm glad that you said that to Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that with Michelle. And if we get the chance to talk to Martin, I'm for damn sure gonna bring it up. He said, He said, I already did. He said, I already took care of that, Mike. He said, watch me and tell her I already took care of that.
Oh man. But I had to protect Michelle at all costs. She's a Black queen. And even if I'm not getting the most time in the house, I have her best interest at heart. Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
Love that, man. Love that.
Olu, so you had mentioned that you would love to have an African wedding, to do it big, which I would love to see and be a part of. So when that does happen, invite your boy. But
ditto.
I know, right? You were showing Michelle a little bit about your culture. Can you go into a little bit more about the dish and a little bit more about that? Because your brother want to try it.
All right. So me and you, we got a link, just so you know. All right.
100%,
I know
100%.
I know hundreds of restaurants in New York, but so the dish I gave Michelle was jollof rice. It's honestly one of the most popular dishes in West Africa or Nigeria per se. And funny enough, there's actually this beef between Ghana and Nigeria when it comes to jollof. Yeah, it's like it's the battle of jollof rice, like who has the best jollof. But I gave Michelle a little teaser of a taste of Africa, and unfortunately it was too spicy for her. And that means she can't handle the heat. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. Love that. So besides that dish, any other recs for people out there? Like, what's your favorite Nigerian dish?
Oh man. We have the jollof, we have pounded yam with egusi. So pounded yam is like it's yam pounded. So think of mashed potato, and then you grab a piece of it and you dip it in like the vegetable soup. It's like collard greens, and they mixed it with like tomato stew. It's just
fufu, not fufu, right?
So yeah, it's fufu.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pounded yam, another name is Iyan, so that's another name. But yeah, that's a good dish right there. Good sense of good protein too. So
nice. For all of our listeners out there that know about it, do you identify with Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba?
Yeah, so
you know more than I do. Let the people know.
Yeah, so those are the three common tribes. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. So I'm Yoruba, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, both my parents, they were born in Ibadan, Nigeria, and my father is like 73 years old, and my mom is like 52, 20 years difference. And growing up, like their house was literally like this close. So like my dad could like open the bathroom window and hand a shampoo bottle to the next time.
That's crazy.
Like that's how close they live.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
That's love right there, man.
Olumide, meaning of my name. Olumide means my hero's here. So that's the translation.
Love
that's
that.
Fire.
Love that.
That's fire. Like that was my name. That would definitely be tatted on me. So
it's like Mike and Bryan. Wah, wah, wah.
I know. Wah, wah, wah. We get the boring names. You get the dope. That's cool, man.
You better trademark that slogan, bro.
You'll laugh at this, though. You'll laugh at this. My father's name is John.
What? What?
He has three brothers, John, Michael, and Joseph. But,
okay.
So he's like, we got to spice it up with Olu.
Well, no, very biblical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
John, Michael, and Joseph. Yeah, very biblical. But Olu, much appreciated, homie. I can't wait to link up with you. I'm sure the three of us will link up.
Yes.
Definitely gonna have to go to the gym.
Awesome.
100%. So y'all be about that work.
Y'all are gonna outlift me like crazy. I'll just try to keep up.
Nah.
Hey, you got your abs. You literally have to.
I'll be doing crunches while y'all doing the bench press over there.
Fair enough, man. Well, Olu, keep being great. We love to see you, and you gotta. The Bachelor Nation wants you to be Bachelor, so we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah, here's a petition, but fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Honestly, like I appreciate you guys for having me on your podcast. Truly means a lot, and look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Appreciate you, man.
So, man.
Thank you so much.
Have a great one. Bro, I did not know Olu played at Rutgers. Like, there's so much information that we didn't know about him.
D1 basketball right there, man. That's huge, man. We gotta Google him. Gotta see those highlights.
I already did. He wore number 30. I was thinking like I was gonna make a joke about him, but I've definitely already been Googling everything. 6'2", I've already checked it out.
Yo, man, but he is like, he's a real ass dude, man. Like Michelle 100%. Mentioned, he was pretty much one of the most sincere people that she's ever met. I mean, you could just tell he's really genuine, and he loves his family, the way he grew up. Everything we learned about him today, and with the women in his family, like I love that, man. Like
to receive a compliment like that, man, is one thing, but then to back it up and continue to show that through your actions and words is another thing. And I'm really happy that he stood up for Michelle.
Yeah.
To Martin, look, Miami doing bad, bro. Miami was looking good.
Bro,
at first.
Remember
Miami
like a couple episodes ago, I was like, yeah, bro, Martin, represent. I was like, not so much anymore. Not so much anymore.
He was like,
but no, man. Listen, he did an honorable thing, man. Like, he didn't get the one-on-one. Like, maybe he thought his days were numbered, like he mentioned. And, he's like, look, man, I'm going to protect her heart. Like, I don't think she's right for this guy's right for her. And, these other dudes, they got the head's in the right places, and this guy doesn't. So I'm gonna lay it on her like that. So I love that he was able to communicate with her like that. And I mean, the conversation of the whole season, I think, was that one that he had with the teddy bear and the
100%.
Feeling seen and whatnot. I mean, I thought that was very powerful. So shout out to Olu, man.
Shout out to Olu. And I feel that since he did say on our podcast, that was the first time he's really been that open and vulnerable.
Yeah.
I know that he learned that vulnerability builds bridges, Brene Brown, and it'll just continue out in his life. And, whoever he ends up with is going to be a lucky woman, he'll be a lucky man.
Absolutely. To everyone out there, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And just thank you for tuning in. We love y'all.
We definitely love y'all. And we want more of y'all to be into the family.
Oh, and by the way, guys, just to let you know, we are casting for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. So make sure to head to bachelornation.com/apply. And you never know what can happen. You can find the love of your life.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it. So make sure y'all go apply, bachelornation.com//apply, so we can have y'all here on Talking It Out and get the chance to speak with you guys as well. And we always love to hear your opinions, your stories. Please keep DMing me and telling me how wrong that I am. I really do read it, and I will get better. And sometimes I just like my opinions as well and your insights. So please don't forget to like, comment, follow, message us on social at Talking It Out BN. That's Talking It Out B as in Bachelor Nation on IG, Bachelor Nation on TikTok. Yes, we on TikTok and Facebook, and Bachelor Nation on Twitter. We always love to hear your opinions, your stories, and your insights. So please don't forget to like, comment, follow, message us on social at Talking It Out BN. That's Talking It Out B as in Bachelor Nation on IG, and Bachelor Nation on TikTok and Facebook, and of course Bachelor Nation on Twitter. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Listen to it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And baby, don't DM me no more talking about this and that until you hit that subscribe. I love y'all.